Right, just to really clarify for the YouTube recording as well, Voldemort, KP, I want to co-cast you on the LAN, and there's nothing you can do about it. It will be hype. So you just admitted you're just gonna you're gonna throw semifinals. Well, I don't know. Welcome back to A before action. Let me update that score because we've got a kitty cat not pushing out of this one. Game 1 going the way of 3D Clan's cat. Game 2 under the Malians. Alyona on the other side with the Rus. This is going to be spicy. What do you do in this game as the Rus? We've already seen a few attempts. There was a very interesting game we saw between Core and Zertan in the qualifiers for King of Dry Arabia. In this qualifying series, I've got a feeling maybe Alyona will have a different approach. I feel like Core's was a bit more aggressively oriented. I wonder if Alyona is just going to target an atypical 2TC fast castle build. I imagine Cat will look to do the same. The nice thing is that if your opponent doesn't aggro you, you just get your tech up for free. I feel like the interesting thing with the Rus is if they're very optimal in their TC timing and they drop on the deer, it does kind of light a fire under the Malian's butt to get up to castle quickly. Oh, look at that. We talked about this in the previous set. Going second scout is actually not a bad idea as Malians. You do pay 20 food more, but you get it 10 seconds sooner. That actually gives you advantage in this matchup because although the scout count will go up to 3 for Rus, they have to build the hunting cannon first, which is going to cost them 35 seconds, right? Before they get the second scout. So you actually have an overwhelming advantage there of 20 seconds. No, make that, no, we're not done that. 45 seconds. A 45-second window where you should have a second scout and your opponent shouldn't, unless they're willing to sacrifice TC production, which Alyona wasn't. What a cool choice. A nice intercept. Wow, Alyona, no. Dude, he just got distracted on the wolf, so he traded 70 gold for 25. Bro, if Alyona's willing to make those sort of trades, I'm willing to offer him $5 for $20. Any takers. Yeah, that's a rough one. He does have a reasonable amount of gold, but this is now looking a bit rough. I don't like that Wheelbarrow hasn't been queued up. Little tip to people, if you're past 300 gold, you should definitely have queued up Wheelbarrow. You should queue up as soon as possible, because what can happen is you might find a state where you've got enough to tech up, and then you've got enough Wheelbarrow. The better way of doing it is you prime Wheelbarrow, and if you don't have enough gold, you cancel the moment you have 400 food. Admittedly, in this game, it worked out for Alyona because he wouldn't have had enough gold for the ideal timing, but he missed a potential chance for it. Can't imagine just standing Mansa, no pressure point. Looking at the gold, I'm wondering if Alyona leans into attack, because this is a 4 double gold spawn. One is retracted, but I know how this works in a Malian brain, right? You see 2 golds together, you're like, ooh, efficiency. And that's the type of thing that can cost you a game. Especially if you're leaning more greedy here. Oh, wow. This should still be 2TC. He just wants the Ford Kremlin to protect. But this could easily be like a night opening. It's just if he does that, he's going to have to actively gather on the gold, which doesn't feel great here. The best situation for a Rus player is getting enough gold so they can get Wheelbarrow, Tech, and afford 1 knight on the opening. So that ends up, you need basically 450 gold total. Because that gives you a pressure point, right? Like 1 knight can do a lot of damage. Admittedly, I don't think it's too important in this matchup. I kind of find 1 knight openers for the Rus a bit underwhelming in Malian matchups because of the fact that Malian players don't really pull their villages out to dangerous locations, right? They just all sit at home playing patty cake. Who can blame them? Patty cake is fun. I'm curious, actually, with the games you guys have been seeing recently, do you favor Rus or Malians? 1's for Rus, 2's for Malians. Of course, you're all a bunch of Malian fanboys. Wow, Alyona. TC is going to be on the way. Wait, what? All right, I'm curious. Do you guys still favor Malians or do you favor Rus? Dude, he's scaling scouts. He's trying to block the TC drop. I don't think you can block it, though. Because it's not ideal, but if Elyona just drops the TC here, the Kremlin is most definitely in range. And you can just garrison the scouts inside the Kremlin, which I think is more DPS than if they attack, right? Because they attack, they do 11 damage every 2 seconds. If they garrison inside, it's a 12 damage shot every 1.12 seconds. Okay, ignore me. Elyona's going to be a greedy mother ducker. So militia are going to be pulled to defend this. I mean, Cat. Wait, why is Cat gathering stuff? What? Send help. All those people who said 2 are feeling pretty dumb about now. We have a 2TC Malian build. I legitimately think the last time I saw this build win was when the Malians first released and people weren't sure what to do. This is a very unorthodox build from Cat. Scouts in the meantime are just going to try to harass. Yeah, and if he dives this, he'll die to the Kremlin, right? Like, that thing is absurd. Does buck away. Like, look, 2 shots that quickly. Truly an insane landmark. I said 2, expecting a nice civilized cow boom. No, we've gone full savage here. We've gone condensed 2TC Malians build. What? I mean, not even a loose TC. In a game where his opponent has no military units, he didn't drop one on the deer. He went condensed 2TC. This is unhinged gaming. And Horseman now being queued up by Elyona. Because, you know, who would actively touch gold, right? He has got a few gold workers out now. What is Cat's game strat here? I'm really racking my brain as to what Cat's end goal is. Like, surely we're scaling feudal then. So, what? Frontline warrior scouts, backline javs, or archers? That doesn't work against knights. He's going to have to add in donzos as well, right? And now there is just a raw 2TC versus 2TC. You're behind, mate. You're 5 villages behind your opponent. You can at least build cows to eat to scale and offset that. And I think that is now on the way, right? Yeah, cows are coming out to be munched on. I hope they're being munched on and not ranched. Because I feel like if he tries to ranch them, he's not going to have enough food for this game. Although I really hope that he pulls them next. Okay, now I hope it is for a ranch. Dude, Cat's doing weird things to my brain. You know who we blame for this? We blame Dumu. After that Archipelago game, Cat was never the same. He was a cat, and he's like, I think I'm a mouse. And then he's like, oh, he's a cat. He's like, I think I might be a butterfly. Like, he lost his sense for the game. I lost my game sense for the game after that series. Yeah, you walked in on Malian 2TC. Knights are now moving in as well. So this is what I was talking about. Like, Cat needed spears, right? It's kind of weird that they've come in on such a delay. Like, I'm racking my brain what the end goal is here because he's not been building units. He went 2TC. He's not building mass ranches. He's only built 1. Cancelled 1. Mass cattle isn't happening. There's not a lot of mass. There's a lot of min here. And I'm a bit worried that Cat didn't have a fully fleshed out plan against what Elyona done here. Oh my god. I think Cat thought this was a macro game. But Elyona was smart about this, man. Like, I don't blame him. If I saw someone doing 2TC, I'd do this as well. It's all in. Archery range has been dropped already. Rax is being layered in. Cat is playing behind on the comp. He's going to be playing behind the tech. Blacksmith's upgrades coming in. Archers arrive as well. Bad news. Cat now needs to add in the archery range, which probably should have been his biggest priority at first in the beginning of this game, right? Like, typically the way this matchup goes is you open jabs and they can't play archers, right? And then you add donzos by the time the knights arrive. Sometimes you do it the other way around if you see a knight opening. But either way, that's meant to be your comp. The Cat, 2 TC, Warrior Scouts, then Donzos, then Javelins. It's kind of, I don't want to say it's in reverse. Well, maybe it is, because you should probably never see the TC this early. Now you're not making payday here. May not get paid himself, but that's Cat now in the negative, right? Like, the amount of losses here from the pit mines, definitely adding up. This build doesn't look good. Are you sure you don't want to maybe switch to, you don't want to be like maybe a 2TC Malian Boomer? I think actually Alyona could just tech up now. But of course, Alyona has no chill. Siege engineering now on the way. Oh my god. When was the last time you saw a Malian player doing this? Be honest. No, guys, it's totally logical because what it is he wants one of those nice cranberry sauces to just ooze across the beef. Okay, actually, cranberry sounds bad there. He wants wild berries to crush into a sauce to accompany the delicious prime steak. Prime's now coming in. Also, a lot of pocket eco. Wow, look at this. Alyona everywhere on the map. Now, if Cat had continued scaling scouts, maybe he'd threaten these, but instead, Alyona remaining very efficient on income. We won't talk about Cat. For TC, I legit think he just forgot about the Mansa. Yeah. Well, what's the video name for this? When you forget you left your Mansa on stone and build a TC? I mean, the first one seems to have been intentional to a certain degree. But now it's just forgotten. Oh, no. It's such an easy thing to overlook. Like, when do you ever toggle to stone with Mansa Quarry? Like, it very, very rarely ever happens for the Malians. And we're seeing exactly why it should very rarely ever happen for them. Alyona, scared of the very expensive outpost that Cat has built. Rams will just target the pit mine instead. This is always an annoying thing for Roos up against Malians, these choke points. Makes it much harder to navigate with knights. Trade out underway. Donzos. I mean, there's not many of them here. There's so many knights on the front line as well. Archers are continuing to dive in. Meantime, pit mine is going to be taken down. Cat is also housed. That means this is a glorified outpost now. Well, luckily for him, good guy Alyona is here to relieve a little bit of pressure on the population. It's a purge. Dive him deeper. Alyona is throwing away his military lead the longer he hangs here, but behind this, value is being found. Cat cannot produce new units. He's losing too many houses. This has gone full scramble-brained. Alyona may have gotten a little bit overzealous with the dive, but considering the position he finds himself in here, it's not going to be enough to forfeit the game, right? Like, Cat, he does still have a defense force. He will hang in there. But if I don't see 3 ranches... Oh, Jesus. Wait, he's eating the cows! Oh, my God. He has no gold, right? So he can't just generate more to eat. He had to vacate the cows to eat them. Now, it's no secret that I'm not a big fan of the way Malians function. I think it's a bit of a broken concept. But this game is legitimately making me feel bad for the Malians. Right? Is anyone else getting a guilty feeling? Like, part of you wants to be like, yeah, take that, Malians. But at the same time... This is brutal to witness. No? Wow, dude. You guys are merciless. Congrats on your pit mine. Here's your reward. Oh, no. Dive in as well. Dude, the archers are just gunning for the Donzos. They don't care. Now it looks like there's going to be a backstab coming in. Militia Knights underneath the TC. And Cat, there's another reason why Malians probably shouldn't have so many villages. Because when you get dove like this, where do you hide? Please tell me he has textiles. He probably wishes he had it with the amount of diving going on here. Once again, Elyona throws away his army. I wouldn't be surprised if we start seeing farms at this rate. There's 1,500 wood at home for Elyona to utilize. Pit mine once again goes down. I think Elyona's... Yeah, there we go. He has to add farms. Like, he's way too tunnel vision right now. Just spend. If your goal here is to body this entire game, at least get the infinite food for it. Now, very fair point come from the Met. Elyona lost a lot of archers. That's true, but Malians are 2 TC. I don't... I feel like I'm memeing, but I'm not. This 2 TC build is such a struggle to figure out. Don't get me wrong. Like, I respect Cat for experimenting, finding new builds. That's actually what I always praise players for, because I don't like this obtuse idea that there's one way to play the game. However, on the verge of qualifying for the main event, this was a bold time to pull this strat out and then have to come into a third game decider, right? Because right now, that is the direction we're trending in. And by the way, that's with Elyona taking really bad fights, right? Like, I want you guys to be pretty cognizant of this. The last 2 engagements were not great from Elyona, but he still has an eco lead. He still has a military lead. It's not one of those fake eco leads where, oh my god, we've got all this gold from pit mines and we've got all these ranches. No, those don't exist. The pit mines are back up, but I wouldn't be surprised if they drop down again instantly. Elyona now on his way to castle. Village is frontlining. Because guess what? Cat doesn't really have many units to torch down rams with. It's also important he doesn't let the ram touch this wall too much. Remember, they do double damage up against walls. So basically just over 3 hits to kill a wall. High trade house now come. Ooh. Okay, you know how this mini game works. Get your numbers in. Breathe them deep. Let me know when they come out us. There's a high probability Elyona... Oh, I think he's on the verge of tier 2. I don't think he's got it yet, though. Because he took the ball. No, I think he got it. Because he got enough for wheelbarrow after the fact. So he got roughly, I reckon, like 190-ish, and then the ball put him over. So he's definitely tier 2 on bounty. Tech up complete, though, and Cat. Buddy, pal. We're still about 2 minutes out. And arms immediately queued up. This is a big advantage, by the way. Cat, the tough part he has now is he has to rush castle, so he can't really stop to produce Musafadi. That burns into your food quite quick. In a standard Malian game, oh my god, he actually did go free TC. I thought someone was memeing. What? I can't believe this. Free TC Malians in a pro series. Gotta beat that Rus eco somehow. Who needs cows, man? Like, dude, cows can't work in factories. They don't work well on them. They don't have opposable farms. They can't become pro gamers. You need villagers. Fulani now on the way. Elyona now with the dive. He's like, wait, another TC? Torch damage is high, remember. When you tech up, you increase the damage. So the town center only just went up, and it's immediately going down. Alyona now with a continued dive. Tech up still not complete yet. At least when it does come through Cat, it's only going to take him 30 seconds to get the veterancies. The question mark is how much of an army is going to be left over by then. Veteran archers now hitting as hard as the feudal javelins. Cat does at least have enough gold to get all the techs lined up. But he's also going to line up for his own execution here. Villagers are running for their lives. Knights do at least get pinched by the Donzos. The archers are sticking on top of this. And that's wave number 1. Wave 2, wave 3 on the way. And not much safe left in the corner for Cat to harvest. Oh man, Cat. He might still be alive, but with 51 eco idle, I'd feel pretty dead inside. Goodness gracious, Cat gets a stay of execution. Alyona, I think he was paranoid that the upgrades were already queued. Little did he know that in the panic, Cat forgot to queue up the veterancies. So actually, Cat, he could have lost the entire game right then. There's a chance. It's true, the eco lead isn't overwhelming. However, there are other issues in the way, right? Like, Alyona should be leaning into Monastery soon. Instead, he just continues the aggression. And High Trade House was 132 gold. We got any winners? Got any winners? Good, I don't have to pay anyone. God, now queuing up sofas here. I mean, Alyona just needs additional production at this stage in the middle of the map right now. Just this place right here. You need to be closer. Choke point doesn't at least allow Cat to defend, but this is getting ugly, folks. It may look like Cat isn't falling further behind because the number's not moving. Remember, when the worker number doesn't move, that's actually equally bad. Something else is happening. You're losing villagers or not building them. Alyona's lead is extending. 30 ahead, and oh my god, he only just realized. Wait, I'm sorry. Your entire base is on fire, and you want to go and get relics. What? The smile on my face at this game, the levels of clownery it feels like we're witnessing right now, that this is what happens when you chart a new territory, right? You either look like a god, or you look like a dog. Just depends which way you want to write the word. Funnily enough, it's actually the Cat that's looking like it's going to be put down here. Alyona is kind of going the hard way about this. Like, at this stage, either ramp up production, get more units out, or go Imperial Age. Either is a win. In a weird way, he's going the very slow and grindy way at killing Cat off here. I don't think Cat is back in this, but it's giving the opportunity for a very weird turn of events. Frontline slash here. I don't think we have Boys Fortitude either. Yeah, no, Blacksmith techs have been a little bit lacking for Alyona. Focus on some, but ignoring Bloomery here when you're scaling men-at-arms and knights is a big no-no. Oh my god, no front line anymore. Cat just can't get the Musa party together quick enough here. And once again, we dive the double TC. The impenetrable defense of the Malians. We have got a single sofa trying to carry the entirety of the Malian kingdom on his shoulders. We'll come back to his story later. I don't know if Alyona's... I don't want to say he's not trying, but what I mean is, like, I think he's confident about his position, and this is the type of game where I wouldn't be surprised if Alyona's mentality is, like, the longer I just keep doing this, the more demoralizing it has to get for Cat. Because there's no recovery arc. It almost seems like Alyona is throwing away an easy way at ending the game, but he's actually not, guys. The reason that he's doing this is because he's playing Malians. The added benefit is he demoralizes his opponent, but the reality is what he needs to do is he has to keep the Malians' head in the dirt, because this Civ unlocks a ridiculous surge point at this point in the game, right? With the Fulani, they have so much food, they tend to spam out a gazillion units. So Alyona's goal is very self-serving in that it's to keep his opponent away from zerging the map. And if you have to body 1 million people to their death to do that, so be it. Nice little leak over. Horsemen, funnily enough, going to be the ones going after the villagers now instead of the knights. Mainline clash is going to be archer, crossbows, men-at-arms pushing it. And Cav leaking in. And oh no, it's an overchop cat. What? Wait, where are we going? Just going to go for a little bit of a parade, boys. Yep, this is the way. Oh, look, there's nice guys here with shiny helmets. They must be part of the parade as well. Why are they covered in Malian blood? Several villagers going down. Dive continues. Alyona fully invested again. Relics are also now being targeted by the Rus. Alyona now 40 plus villagers ahead. There are things Fulanis can do, but there are also limitations. We are at those limitations. This is rough. Which is weird, because that's the noise a dog makes when watching a cat. Okay, I'm going to stop with the animal puns. Oh my god, the out of time again. It's actually not 28 villages. It's over half of Cat's economy not working. They're being hunted. In fact, they're leading them to the deer packs. And the gold! Everyone just hide in the corner. Come down here, make a wall. No one can hurt us here. Oh my god. The wild part is if Alyona just capped sacred sites, this would be much more oppressive. He has got full farms though, right? Yeah, 52 farms. You can keep doing this for days. Can we just agree there's no other Civ that would probably be able to keep pumping units like this when this is happening? Just this one. Right? I feel like that's an honest statement. 54 villagers dead at 83 eco. Like, what other Civ could really achieve this scalability again with military? This is the only one. And it is quite frankly insane that it exists. Villages also, oh my god! What was that, 50 villages? 59 villages! Oh my god, this has to be it. Alyona. I mean, Fulani, yes, broken, but it has reached its limits. He's frontlining with villagers right now. An absolute massacre, as now more people have died in the Malian kingdom than exist today. And still more to die. He's running them by the front line again. Cat looking more like a goldfish right now, in a panic. I mean, right now, he feels like a magic carp. There's just nothing you can do at this stage. It's over. Game 2 to the Frenchman. We need a decider in this absolutely bonkers set.